Israel, more than any place else that I've ever been to, is an area of conflict and contradictions.
You have Palestinians and you have Israelis that are Jews and you have Arabs that are Israelis. It's so complicated.
So this is the Golan. We're now standing on this volcano here, and if you guys look directly below us, almost the entire border between Israel and now Syria is under control of some very radical groups.
There is certainly the benefit in coming here and seeing it for yourself. It's one thing to read about it, it's one thing to listen to the news about it, but you come here and you get an accurate picture. You see for yourself.
I teach the Middle Ages and the rise of Islam, so seeing the Sepulchre Church, it gives me an opportunity to see firsthand and make a connection with the land and the history that I teach about.
This is what I teach. I have a whole chapter, I have a whole unit on this, and I see it, it's over there. It's not in a book. It's right over there.
We have to be educated and go and study. There is no employees for everyone. All of us work in order to let our students be successful people.
How do you decide what history is taught in school in order to maintain your identity?
I would love in some way to open the world of my students who have such a very small view of what the world is like. I would like to start some communication with them and the students from here.
Even if there's a language barrier, even if there's an ideological barrier, we don't necessarily understand each other or agree, we all are passionate about working with kids.
We are all people who love children and want children to learn and succeed. And it does not matter what culture you're from.
Gilad. Gil, it's easier for you, so Gil, it's, yeah, come.
I think it's very difficult to really understand a place or a region until you actually get on the ground and start really talking to people.
We think of Israel more as a salad bowl, like everybody maintains their own identity. So I didn't really quite understand the coexistence then. If you don't really want to blend, it's confusing.
It really makes you understand the culture so much better when you are actually staying in their homes.
We've been sitting on all these panel discussions, and we're also a big group, but this is a more intimate situation. We can one-on-one.
The popular image of the settlement is a long-bearded guy with a huge kippah, right, and a Uzi submachine gun leading a brood of his little kids up and down hills firing his gun at Arabs. That's the stereotype.
The goal of Center for Emerging Future is to create partnerships between Israelis and Palestinians.
Meeting all these different people that we've met, it allows us to incorporate many of those lessons into our classroom, just from many different perspectives.
Having an experience like this one helps us to make the world a smaller place.
This right here for me, with the sea and the beauty of the church, is just a magical place.
You feel the holiness of the place. It's inspiring, it's intriguing.
Masada in Hebrew is mitzada, and it comes from the word mitzad, which means fortress. It's not just an historical site. This site is used as an educational site. It was developed and designed as such.
Something I've been looking forward to. I never thought I'd have this opportunity to float in the Dead Sea.
You can feel the salt and you just float right away. It's very interesting. It's nothing like I've ever experienced before.
That was cool. And it feels like a bath too. It's very warm.
There we go! Woo!
I wouldn't pass up on it for anything in the world. I mean, this is a wonderful trip. It's so well organized.
That's really powerful for educators to get that experience.
I hope to encourage other teachers to come with Classrooms Without Borders just for the affirmation of what they already do.
Classrooms Without Borders opens minds and opens hearts to help people to understand one another.
The lessons that I'm learning here about the people of Israel, yes, I'll take that back to the classroom, absolutely.